guys. We have lots going on here at Hope in the Hard Times. There's lots of different stories that each one of you can find something that you relate to. Some of them are super lighthearted and fun and fashion and ice skating and different things like that. And some of them hit issues that a lot of people are dealing with but nobody knows about. Today is one of those issues. We're talking about abuse, both physical, emotional, and also we're talking about sexual abuse today. I'm so grateful for Liz being so transparent to share her story to help some of us that have gone through different situations in our lives that maybe nobody knows about. So make sure you stay tuned. Liz, thank you so much for sitting here with me. You know, it's not the funnest subject, I'm sure, to talk about, especially when it's your life, like having to be so open and honest. But I know that your story will help so many people. Okay. So, you're like, okay, I hope so. But I just want to allow you to kind of share a little bit about like how you were brought up and what your childhood was like.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Just came from a broken home. My parents got divorced when I was 4. Just the constant fighting of child custody back and forth. Yeah, got an evil stepmom out of it. Just constant chaos. My father was very abusive physically, and my mom, you know, she wasn't fully educated the way that she could to like have a job to provide for us the way she needed to. I mean, she did the best that she could, but it was a struggle.
Yeah. And when you say, you know, you were abused, a lot of kids, I think, more than we even know, are in situations like that and don't know how to get out. Did you feel trapped?
As a child, through physical abuse, I mean, you just, especially if it's coming from a parent, you just tend to blame yourself. You don't even think about getting out of it. You just think, what can I do to make it stop?
And like what, because for someone that hasn't really been in that specific situation, it's hard to hear you blame yourself, because from the outside it's like, that is not any child's fault. Like, what's that train of thought? And then what would you say to someone that is blaming themselves for being abused?
You just kind of have to, I'd say you have to find it within yourself to not believe that lie. You know, but when you're brought up in nothing but that all the time, it's very hard to break it. It's hard to even think any other way, especially when you have it coming from a parent. Yeah. So, I mean, for me personally, I mean, I didn't start not believing it until I became an adult.
Yeah.
Well, for me, like, I went down just a really dark path of bad choices. And one specific event happened in my life with abuse when I became an adult with a relationship, and it landed me in the hospital, not just for my physical injuries, but mentally I was done. And God found me there. I mean, you wouldn't think he could find you in a hospital or a psych ward, but he can, and he reached me through music. I remember praying what I would call just like the most honest prayer that I've ever prayed, and I was just like, I'm done. So if you have some other way and I'm supposed to still be here, you better do something. Wow. And you're going to say I'm nuttier than a fruitcake, but I literally heard God say, in a way, just surrender yourself to me, and I'll give you everything you could ever desire for.
It's amazing.
And I was like, all right. So like, got down. I finally called the nurse, and I was like, I'm hungry, and she was so excited.
She's
like,
talking to
I'll
me.
get you whatever
Anything.
you want.
Yeah.
And it was in that moment where I just stepped back into myself, and I went, okay, your will, not mine.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And my life was forever changed, seriously.
Wow.
My husband came into my life. I became a totally different person.
That's amazing. What a story. And I know that so many people are watching and they have been through maybe not an abusive situation, but something in their life that has gotten to them to the point where they're like, I'm done, you know? And I mean, I would just encourage them through your story to find hope, and that there's so much more to life past this situation, even though it feels like there isn't.
And there is hope. I mean, I can only say my hope was in Jesus. That was it.
That's cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing really cool stories. So,
Thank you. Right into the mic.
thank you. Liz, again, thank you so much for sharing your story. It's really an amazing thing that you would get to a place where you can be open about it and help other women, other men that are going through the same situation. If you are one of those people that are dealing with abuse on any level, whether it's physical or sexual, please tell someone. Don't let it stay inside you. Don't get to that dark place. Make sure you get it out in the open so that we can deal with the situation and become healthy, whole people, creating a new future for yourself. So thank you, everyone that's watching. Thank you for everyone that's been responding and emailing me. Thank you for your stories. It's really been an incredible journey. I love hearing how these stories are helping each one of you, and we relay them on to everyone that is sharing their stories so they can be grateful that they're being so transparent. So thanks again. Check out all the other blogs to get help through your hard time.